Hello everyone, it's Mary with Hawg Wild Designs. Glad to have you back on my channel. Today's project is we are going to be putting together the Country Blooms and Happy Chens. Let me say that again. Country Blooms and Happy Hens Garden Gate Interactive Pocket Folio. Isn't that a mouthful? And it's going to end up looking something like this. You will have two different versions. This one I put together with the Welcome to Ruffled Feather Haven. There is another version in there that is plain or you can customize it, and I'll show you some options. But it's a simple little folio where we have pockets and we've embellished it all up, and we have more pockets. On the back side, we have another pocket with an envelope in there that's just simply adorable. And tucked inside, we have some cute journal cards for you. So this video is my third time in doing this video for this project. I don't know what's going on, but every time I think I'm recording, I'm really not recording. So this one, we're not going to do full detail, but I'll show you the highlights and you'll get the gist of it. So we'll get started here, and we're putting this one together just slightly different. When I mentioned earlier that the other option for you is no words here, it's plain, it's just an open sky. So here are our other options. There's some other plaques here with different sentiments on it. I also have a sheet here of just plain plaques that you can choose from and to put your own sentiment on it. Also in the pack will be some digital papers that you can print on the back of tags or use for other purposes, whatever you would like. So now, when I am putting together this kit today, I chose to show you the second option. When I print this page, I could choose to put my backing printed double-sided, is what I'm trying to say. Today, I'm going to show you, if you aren't able to print double-sided, how you can get it double-sided. So what I've done is I've cut out my basic shape. I have taken my digital paper. You'll notice that there are some white edges around the edge. I have just cut off 2 edges, and I'm going to line up my piece down in this corner here, like so. So I am going to take a different glue today. My favorite glue, as I have told you in the past, is art glitter glue. It dries quickly and dries clear. So that's the primary reason why I enjoy it. When I don't like to use this when I'm doing large pieces, because I need to have a little time to move it into place. And the art glitter glue dries quickly and I don't have a lot of working time. So that's why I'm choosing to use the Aleene's Fast Grab tacky glue today for this piece. I'm just going to move this aside here while I apply glue to this. And so I'm going to get some glue on the outside edges. And you can use a glue stick if you choose. You could use double-sided tape. But I think this works better because it gives me enough time to position it. Double-sided tape is not always forgiving either, so that's why I'm choosing to use this. So grab my image, make sure I know what corner I'm going to place this on. So it's going to be down in this corner, so I want to place my image down in this corner here, like so. And then I take my bone folder and I'm going to run that over the top of my image. This helps to spread that glue and it helps to give good adhesion to my paper. And of course, when I do that, I get a little glue seeping out. So now that that is glued down, I am going to grab my scissors and we're just going to cut around the outside of this. Alright, now I'm just going to let that set here a minute while that sets up a little bit. The next piece, this is the second piece that's going to create the next page. And so I want to fold along this line here. Like so. And now so this is going to be a flip out page, like so. Here in a minute we'll fold this piece over. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to glue this down. We're going to use this flap as a pocket, so I am just going to glue 3 sides. And I'm using my art glitter glue for this. All right. Now I think I'm going to fold this in half. It makes it a little more difficult to fold it when you have 2 layers, but you can get it done. Just lining everything up while I'm making my folds. Finger pressing it. Now I'm going to grab my bone folder. I really like the bone folder to help give me crisp edges. Alright, so now that opens up and closes nicely, like so. Now I have a placard here. I chose to do the Live Simply, Love Deeply. And you could center that, but it's going to be over Martha's head. So I'm gonna put it off to the side and at a little angle. I think that's going to look all right. And I'm just going to put some glue all the way around that. Like that. Now we're going to open it up. We have some pockets that we can put in here. I have this little pocket, and these are our tabs. And I've just folded those in, and I've creased the edges. Well, one thing that we're not doing with this particular journal, because I want to speed it up since it's the 3rd time, is that I typically ink my edges, and I'm choosing not to tonight. But if you were, I just am using a brown acid-free ink. This is color of chocolate brown. I like this because I can re-ink this. And I am using a little distressing tool. And I would just simply dab it on my ink and then just run it around the edge. Just to add a little distressing to it. I think I'm going to put this pocket here. I have 2 other pockets. Again, we have tabs. I folded them in, and I've ran my bone folder over those folds so I get that good crease. I'm going to put this one here, and then we have this pocket. So here are our tabs. Again, I folded them in and put that pocket right there. So let's, I have a little glue seeping here. Let's get that cleaned up some. All right, so let's get our pockets laid in. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate that. I am a pretty new channel. I am trying to grow it, and I post most of my tutorials for all of my kits here on YouTube, and then I am working on some other content, junk journal related, and how to, use different elements and things like that to help you with some inspiration if you're more into the junk journaling side of things. I really enjoy the creative journals. It gives me an opportunity to express self-expression, and I married a dairy farmer, and so we live in the Midwest, and it's we live on an acreage, we have chickens, so it's just kind of something that I can relate to, and I'm sure many of you can as well. All right, then we're going to just tuck this away for a moment. And I have some pockets here that we're going to put together quick. So this pocket, we're going to fold in these two tabs, this bottom flap and this top flap to create the pocket. So I'm just going to fold these in quick. And this pocket here, or this flap. Running that bone folder over those edges, get that crisp edge. Okay, so first thing you'll notice that this flap does not go all the way up here. So I want to take notice of about how far I want to put my glue so that I don't put it too far up. We'll lay that down. Then I have a Velcro closure here, and it's adhesive. I'm just going to put this right there. Try to peel that cover off, and then we'll lay this down. So that closes our little envelope, and it will open right back up. So, and I have a couple journal cards for that. And it's these two little chickens. So we're going to tuck those inside here. Maybe. There we go. And you can put this a couple places. You can stick it inside your journal. I designed it to really stick back here. And I'm choosing to put this side up, the pretty side up. I mean, both sides are really pretty, but I'm just choosing to put this side up, and I'm going to tuck that right back there. And we have another pocket or envelope here. And this one, we're going to have to do, we're going to have to do just a little modification because typically, as you notice with this envelope, the bottom flap doesn't go all the way up, so it allows you to be able to grab your piece. When we close this up, you'll see the little issue that I ran into, but we can fix that pretty easily. So we're going to fold in these side pieces, and then we'll fold in the bottom tab, and then the top, and then so it's going to be like this. You'll see that it doesn't give us any room to be able to really grab our pieces. So what I thought we could do is we are going to create just a little angle here. We're going to fold our piece down at a little angle, little triangle. Then I'm going to try to match this side as close as I can to about there. Give it a little crease. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it on to the back side. So it's going to end up looking like this. So we'll do that for both pieces. I'm going to do my crease on both of these so they will lay in there nicely. We're going to grab our glue and we'll stick some glue back here. I'll do this one like that. We'll fold these in, and I am taking notice of how far in I can put my glue. So right about there. I don't want to go beyond that. Put some glue there. Glue these two down. Give it a little press. Then I'm going to take my bottom flap. I want to make sure my orientation is right. Make sure I had it right. And I'm going to put my bottom flap up, and I'm going to glue this whole piece down. I'll just tuck it up like this. So now we have that little V in there. We're going to stick our two journal cards in there. Like so. So now when we open it up, we can be able to grab our cards. The other thing you want to be careful about is, because this flap is pretty tiny, you want to make sure that when you are making these folds, not to make them too deep. Don't go too far down into this piece of paper. You want to stay, let's see here, probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the little rows going down to this point. So there is our other little envelope, and I'm going to tuck this envelope in this pocket back here, and then I just have a couple more things I want to do. I have some other fussy cuts in the kit. I'll show you here just so you can get an idea. So there's a variety of fussy cuts in this kit. There are these butterflies and flowers, birdhouse, a wheelbarrow. We have Grandma Martha, which we're going to use, and the feed sack we're going to use. We have this flower arrangement. We have this cute little chicken. We have this mama chicken and her chicks, and some eggs. So I just glued those down throughout the journal. And so you can do that. Now, I've been thinking about where I'm going to put Grandma Martha. So we can put her here, but she takes up a lot of the image, and I'm not wild about that. So I thought maybe we can just put the little feed sack here, either glue it all the way down or just glue it on the sides and use it as a little tuck spot then that we can stick some other tags and whatnot on here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just create a little tuck spot right here in this corner. So we're just going to put some some glue along these two edges. And I'm going to lay this down in here, about like that. So now if I had a tag or something, I can tuck that in there like that. And we're going to put Grandma Martha probably right about here, or over here. I think I'm going to put her over here today. I think every one of my journals all look different. This is the third one I put together. So every person who creates this, theirs is going to look different than the next person. All right, so she's going to go right there. Now, the last thing that I really want to show you is, well, let me show you this first. So the other thing that I had done is this little chicken with her chicks. I also made it a little tuck spot, and I put these eggs right here. So that meant I only glued a portion of this chicken, so that if I would have just made a little pocket, those eggs would have fallen down inside here and you would have never seen them. So I just had them, I wanted them kind of poking out. And then the other thing about this is that we have 4 little butterflies, and I applied the butterflies to our little picket fence and to our flower arrangement over here, and then to the wheelbarrow. And when I laid those on, I didn't glue the entire piece. What I did is I folded it together, and then on the fold, right on the fold, I applied my glue, and then I stuck it down and I put my bone folder right through that crease so that it had time to set up. And then it allows these butterflies just to be able to have a little freedom, I guess you'd say. I don't know. So that's what I've done for those. So here I want to show you what I do for my tags. I had some ribbon here. Where did it go? Well, we'll just grab another piece of ribbon. I like to use organza ribbon just because it's pretty and flowy, and it's I like it. So what I do typically with my organza is I cut my ribbons at an angle. Then the organza ribbon lots of times will fray. So I want to help prevent that, and I'm just taking a flame, my little Bic lighter here, and I'm just running a flame over the ends ever so lightly so that it will help to stop that as much as possible. Then I will have my ribbon folded in half, and I'm going to take the folded end and I'm just kind of munching it up, and I'm going to run that folded end through the front of my tag and pull it through. Then I'm going to grab the tails here and I'm going to run those tails through the loop, and I'm going to draw that up, being pretty careful so that I don't pull too hard and rip my paper. So right there is that we have our ribbons, and I can tuck that in one of my pockets. So just that quick, even though this is not complete, we have an adorable pocket folio that you can use as like a birthday card or a get well card. On each of the tags, you have room to make little notes and sentiments to your friends. It's a very unique way of gifting somebody something unique. You can tuck gift cards in here. There will be something to really talk about that in the future. So that is our tutorial. I think we finally got through and made the actual tutorial work today. So in your kit, again, just to remind you, you have 2 different versions. This is the one that I originally created, and I got to thinking, well, everybody may not like that. So I decided to create different placards with different sentiments on it so that you can create your own, or you can leave it blank, whatever you prefer. And you'll notice that this one I have done all the inking with my distressing tool, so they each look similar but different. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate that. I will also link the my favorite glue as well as the paper that I use, so that if you purchase the digital file, you will have some of those, know what I print my papers on. So with that being said, we will see you again soon. I have one more video to do in this